So this crashed, OBS crashed a minute ago. Select stream, refresh. It's not, shouldn't be marked as upcoming anymore. Good. All right. So I'll move this one over and refresh this page down here. Just waiting for the stream to show up. Yeah, whatever, it's showing up in the background. There we go. It's up. Now, so I think the freight system actually started working. So now we've got the freight system, and when I do this, there should be 2 cubes that'll show up in the area down here. The mapping system, I don't know if I do anything to reset the map. The map takes a look at the lists that are there every frame to refresh them. Okay, that works for me. That should be fine. Vigilante, load game. I have 100 credits. Now down here, there should be some freight sitting in there. Yes, perfect. There's the freight. Now, the problem I was facing next is that I couldn't actually get anything. I hit enter, the index is out of range, and that is because the freight that was just generated through this way never got an index set. That's got to be the reason. Okay, so stop. I'll just stop that one because I could keep bringing this back every time I come back to here. All right, so clear freight, add stock freight. In this one, we need to get the index. We do set the freight count. We set it to stock. We set the index. We add the freight to the freight list. Was there something else like used? Oh, duh, used inside of this. When we add something, so over here, we are creating at its position at the freight. You know what? I'm going to pass it in through add. It sets the index. It doesn't set the index. Gets us through positions. We never add positions to the list, so there's a couple things that we need to do in there. All right, so inside of this, we need to create freight first. So clear freight, add stock freight there. So we instantiate the freight. So it exists. We're not going to set stock. Instead, yeah, we'll set stock. So that sets its state to stock. And now the freight index is going to equal this dot add. And inside, it expects the freight to be passed in, F-R-A-H-T. Warning. What's this warning I got? Please configure both your primary and backup streams correctly. The comparison of the streams failed because one of the streams, something. Okay, well, that's a bit of an issue. Oh, right there. There we go. Now I've got data and messages. Hey, Daniel. All right, set live, go to there. All right, now in this one, I am adding the freight. I don't need to add it again. In that case, that's all I should need to do, and the freight should be active. So let's get back into here and clear it. This one just got the add stock freight fixed, so let's go play. Now I'm actually into the mechanics of the code, so hot reload is working. It just replaces just the functions that I change. Okay, I got a bunch of things sitting around. Now, looking over for a second, there's no freight down in there. Now, let's load the state. Vigilante, load game. Okay, and there are the cubes. Now let's pick one up. Ooh, that worked. Okay, the freight is active. Let's drop it in here. I got 100 credit and enter. 200 credits. All right. Vigilante save game. Okay, now let's go grab some more of these, knock them down. Let's just load the game from here, see what happens. Vigilante load game. Okay, that put that cube back. We got 200 credits. Oh, let's do this. This is a possibility of something that might mess up the state. Let's hit enter. Oh, look at that. We've got another piece of freight that's sitting in here. Index was out of range. Something crashed that during the other stage. Okay, however, this is not marked as stuck. And it shouldn't show up in the freight system, so the fact that I have one behind me shouldn't save it. All right, I may have to do a special case for the one that's attached to the car. But that's later. I can fix that later. It doesn't need to be a current task. All right, I am going to qualify the current one as done. Let me double check what needs to be done in this. Okay, stores a configuration file on mechanic changes or credit changes and when a cube settles. Oh, yeah, so I'm changing this. I'm changing the intention. Daniel, I'm going with what you were suggesting, just to save it at particular events. That in this case, we save and load when I go to a mechanic shop. All right, and then we store the car's location on exit. All we need to do is store it when we are at the mechanic's location. So we'll reappear at the mechanic's location. All right, the config file includes current car position rotation, static cube setup. The cubes are showing up. There was some kind of bug. What was this one? Index out of range. Where did that one show up? Maybe I should be more concerned. Used. We got the freight used did not have something in there. Okay, so over here we create the freight. We instantiate the freight, yes. We set it to stuck, yes. And then we set its system index. When we add this, is this setting used or adding a used? So in this case, the index should be -1. I'll bet the index is not -1 in there. If that's the case, then it just trusts the data that's coming in. But then it should have screwed it, depending on what it is. If it was 0, it might have worked. And that could also be why its location showed up at the same as that other cube that was there. All right, so on this one, we add a position, we add the used, we add the freight, and we add the index. All right, save it. Okay, let's just check the prefab and see what state that one was in. So freight, and now if I scroll down, freight, okay, yeah, that's right there. Now, the index, it's not showing me the index. It is showing me stuck is the option, which means that this does represent the data of an object that already fell off a truck. It's supposed to come in as lock on trailer, and that means that it's probably got the debug data. That the debug data is going to indicate that the index is where's the index? Oh, freight system index set to -1. Okay. But it wasn't set to lock on trailer by default. Set the freight, that should be this one, yes. Box collider, same, yes. Racer anchor. Is that what I was? Racer anchor. Oh, that's if it's connected to an anchor point on a racer. That's where it's trying to move itself to. Okay. Lerp speed, sure. Car has none. That only affects it during the racer anchor. Okay, lock on trailer. So save it. And let's exit debug. Okay, with that reset, just that front one, let's clear this out and go to play. There is a possibility that since I'm holding on to static data, that the static data isn't getting reset properly. In fact, I believe that in some of the new 6. versions, which might already be what I'm doing since I'm in 6.4, doesn't reload the static state. And if that's the case, then I gotta look into that and learn it anyway. Okay, so let's go into here. Thread exception, that's with hot reload. That's concerning, but not too worried. All right, Vigilante, load game. We've got the game in key showing up here. We have no exceptions. Enter, and I now have. Okay, I sold that one. Now, wait, where's that truck? Oh, right in front of me. All right, I got all the freight. That is getting easier. Okay, there's definitely a certain amount of master. You're still trying to get to that same point. Okay, enter and enter. We're close enough. Enter and enter. Ow! The freight actually hit me when it launched over. All right, we got one more right in there. So we got 500. Save game. I need a way to be able to lock onto this myself. So I suppose using the action key on this, I should be able to set myself onto it. Whoops. No. There. Oh, I gotta get. Let's get far enough away from this. Maybe up this wall. Enter. Now that should. Oh, it flew off to the credit. Now I've got 600 credit. What's the range that I have on this thing? Okay, so if I go over to here, no, select the object and go to race scene and set that one. I don't want the top one, I want the whole thing. So drop off point, force is 10,000. Close enough is 1 meter? Okay, something's definitely wrong with that one. So close enough. Target, add force. We want to take control. We want to decide, are we close enough? And if we are, then we try to take control of this. If the distance... Oh, got it. No, that's not it. It's the drop-off. Don't I have a drop-off system in here? So drop-off system. This is the one that should be handling the distance. So find closest. When you get the distance, it just finds the closest and then we set it. So in the car action script it grabs the drop off point and now action script. If we have freight, then it's going to set the freight that we have to chaos and it just hands that off to the drop off point, which then tries to collect it. It doesn't even matter if I try taking control of it at that point because it's going to keep, this one doesn't let go of it. All right, so I need that to be closer. If we have freight and we are close enough to the drop-off point. That's got to be the difference. So in this one, we're going to set the drop-off distance here. So public, oh, no, we've got the actual drop-off point data. We're going to go inside of there. F12, we're going to create a new function on this, and that's public float drop-off range equals 50F, 50 meters away. All right, so now that data is stored here. We're not using it here. So take control of. Do I do anything with that? Freight system, drop-off system. Drop-off system, there we go. I don't care about that one or that one or that one or that one right now. Okay, drop-off system, find closest. We gather it, we use it. It was car action. That's car action is the one that handles it. So in this case, if it has the freight, we're going to see if it's close enough. Now we're supposed to be able to just drop it anyway. What was the, before I dropped it, once I added the high drop off, we never had the option to do anything but. Let's try putting this back. So I still need to be able to drop it off and stack these because I don't want them always going there. Stacking is part of the game. So freight, we need to check that the distance is there. So if vector3 dot distance, and that's going to be between, we're in the car, so the transform dot position, comma, and the second one that we need, vector3 distance. The second position that we need is the drop-off point. Drop-off point dot transform dot position is greater than, and let's put this on the new line, greater than what? That one is in drop-off point dot drop-off range. There. Okay, map view hide drop-off. Yeah, well, if we don't have it, we're still going to want to do that. We're also going to want to set chaos to begin with, which is, I believe, the things that we need. Okay, so let's move these to the top. Control X, Control V, and these ones will happen outside of this if statement, so they always happen. From here to here, Shift Tab and backspace. So now we've got the vector 3. Set chaos, hide drop off. Now, the other items that are in here, take control of. We're telling the system to take control of it, but freight equals null. That also needs to happen in either case, but that happens after because we're still using the freight at this point. Okay, that should fix the freight issue. So in this one, I should be able to drop it off, but I should have a detection system to indicate once I'm close enough. All right. Ooh, that's another thing I could use. I should see about setting it up so that if the freight, if I launch the freight towards it and that bumps into freight on another truck that's passing, it should knock that other freight off. Right now, it's only because the player car is the one that bumps into it. Otherwise, technically you can pass through it because it is, what was the name for it? I forgot the term. Well, it doesn't matter. Game object, whatever, I'll find it. So it's inside of rigid body. Kinematic is kinematic. So physics doesn't apply. All right. Changes that I just made. What was the exact change that I just made? I need to save this. Okay, so I definitely got that done shorter than 4 hours worth. So that's about 20 minutes here, 15 minutes before, an hour before that. So it's under 3 hours. Cool. Now let's save this. What? No, that one. Oh, the game's running. Good. Now go into. I need. Where's my terminal? Terminal. There. Uh, okay. Git add. Yes. Git commit dash m. Okay. Freight drop off. Oh, save game. This is save game. Save slash load game complete. On menu command. Not start and close. Okay. Git commit. That'll take a moment. Oh, I think this is a good spot to end for the night. Let me look at what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Okay, so, also I need tasks. Where are the tasks line up? No, no, here. So let's go to Asana. On good news, I have an interview next week on Monday. So let's see how this goes. Over here, discuss new. No, that's different. Project. Over here, Vigilante. Save load profile. That one is down to done now. This is building up. Okay, the next one is the start screen. Do I care about the start screen that much yet? Okay, you know what? I also have arrow map. Arrow map is going to be a quick win, I think, and also be pretty helpful. Arrow map is basically just a map where it points, it's just a 3D arrow and it points to a destination of interest. It doesn't care if it has to travel through a building, it's just pointing you the direction you need to travel. That way you can kind of orient yourself to a target. And in the case of when a drop off item shows up, like the freight, and you need to find out where to drop it off, that's where you would go. Okay. Another one might be sound polish. I need to get the audio polish in here. The hollow map. I'm not positive if I'm going to do hollow map. Hollow map is it's one where I'm going to show kind of a holographic outline of the immediate building that you're on and then show additional information about what's going on in there. I don't think something that in depth really matters uh, until I actually have something more important on it. Yeah, yeah, I don't think I'm going to put that in there. I think it'll look nice, but I don't think it's going to serve much of a game purpose yet. All right, let's minimize that. Where is, oh, the live stream right there. Cool. All right, so last element of this. Save game, driving the car, start screen. Start screen. I can skip the arrow for now too. That's technically extra. So start screen does need to be in there so that we have the profiles. We're going to have to be able to select from that profile, implement stream hookup, Steam hookup. Okay, that's another one. Profile selection. Race start, that needs to get into there, which we're going to need the pause screen for that. Pause. Race end has to happen. Race start goes to race end. Next we have find mechanic. And use mechanic. Find mechanic is going to be basically the exact same code as what was it? The one that we just finished, the drop off points. except it has a different state as to when it turns on and off. Maybe I'll do that next. Whatever. I've got a few things left to do. How am I doing on this one anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 6, 10, 13, 15, 17, 21. I finished 21 hours of development on it, and I've done all of that on streaming, which I think I've only done like maybe 6 to 8 hours of streaming. So, well, maybe not. We'll see. But I was definitely less than the overall. I know I did more time on one of them, but whatever. The rest were well under. Okay, yeah, I'm done for tonight. I will talk to you all later. All right, bye.